I'm back for more cognac. I just tried for the first time some Hennessy very special cognac. I'm going to try now some VSOP. I don't know if you can see that on there. It says VSOP. That's very special old pale. And I believe I've had a cursory look at the website for Hennessy and for cognac and that. And VSOP stands for Very Special Old Pale, and it needs to be 6 years old or so before it can have that designation. Anyway, you can correct me if I'm wrong. You can go Google it yourself. I'm not that big of an expert on facts, and I'm not a stickler for detail, really. I just care about what the contents of the bottle taste like. So I'm going to pour this into my dirty little glass, and we're going to give it, right away it looks darker than the VS, the very special. I'm going to put that little bottle sideways so that we can maybe drain a little bit out of it. And let's see how the nose. Oh, I'm getting wafts of it from over here already. I believe it needs to open up just a little bit. I got some nice cold water. It still needs to open up. I'm not getting anything on the nose as of yet. I can pull a little harder, but that isn't necessarily going to help. I'm getting something interesting here. It reminds me of vanilla and pineapple. This vanilla is no doubt from the barrel. Yeah. There's a brown sugar note. Brown sugar and vanilla. When I go half speed, there's a little bit more of the grape, of the acidic grape. But it's mingled in with that brown sugar. That brown sugar, and then that fruity something that comes in there with it. Interesting. It's a very pleasant nose, but I wouldn't, and it's complex in a way. It's just not the same nose that I would get from a whiskey. And okay, I'm biased in that I am a whiskey drinker and that's what I'm used to. But just as there are many different kinds of whiskeys, there are ryes and there are bourbons and there are Canadian whiskeys and there are scotches and Indian whiskeys and Japanese whiskeys. And I'm open to other things, and this is another one of those things. It's cognac. Mm. There's a bit of a getting rid of cherry, black cherry. There's a complexity here. It's just a different complexity than I'm used to. There's something almost floral in there too. Like sniffing on roses, you know. This VSOP has a lot more complexity than the VS had. The very special, that is. There's something like cherry and grape and something nutty. It's almost as if you could make a cross between a cashew and an apricot. And that's what I'm getting here. That cashew and apricot. And part of that is no doubt brought on by the wood, the oak in which this stuff was aged. Now I'm guessing it was a French oak of some kind. Still something youthful and fruity about it. Fresh fruits and ripe fruits, but not dried fruits, if that makes any sense. And then there's a little bit of the golden or brown sugar note in there that won't go away. Ha. No, brandy is interesting. Once again, I'm not getting the impression that this is not a quality spirit. This is good. At least on the nose, it's good. Yes, I enjoy the nose of this very much. Thank you, Jackass, for sending this. I was sort of toying with the idea of trying this kind of stuff, and then there it was, right in the package. So I try it. It's quite agreeable. Now let's give it a taste now that we've been going on for a while and just nosing. Yeah, I get some woody notes from it too. There's like a caramel, not no caramel, but there's more of a vanilla. It's kind of a vanilla thing, like icing sugar and brown sugar and gold sugar. And I do get the wood, but the experience of the wood through a brandy is very different from the experience of a wood through the whiskey. Very different. Let's taste it. Oh, that is very pleasant. I'm getting dryness on the sides. Mouth-watering dryness. It's so dry it's making my mouth just water to make up for the dryness. And there is sweetness, there is fruitiness. Oh, I'm getting cherries and apricots and grapes, red grapes, and apricots and cherries. Mm. I'm getting something nutty too. It's like almonds a little bit, but I can't really put my finger on it. It's like almonds, but it's not almonds. Um, Maybe it is a bit like almonds. It's like the inside of the pitted fruit. Let's cleanse the palate a little bit here. And try that once again. Oh, we'll get the last little bit out of the little bottle here. All right. This is a rich, enjoyable nose. Excusing me, please. I don't know what it is, but I start drinking spirits and water, and I guess a bunch of air gets forced down my gullet. And that air wants to come out somewhere. And I guess the path is shorter to come out this way than to come out in the form of a fart. So, yeah, let's go half speed. This is really rather pleasant. I think I could get into brandy. There's a brown sugar note. There's a vanilla note. There's a marzipan almond kind of note. Mm. The combination of those three is beautiful. There's a little bit of milk chocolate too. There's a little bit in there. I'm getting it. I'm getting a little bit of the perfume my mother wore when I was a little kid. You can't get any better than that. You just can't. This is a very positive and enjoyable experience. I will be looking for a whole bottle of this Hennessy VSOP because what I'm getting out of this little sample is delectable. And it's got enough complexity that every time I take a little sniff of it, it's a little breath of ecstasy. And every one of these breaths of ecstasy reminds me of something. They're not all identical. Now I'm getting chocolate. Now I'm getting milk chocolate, along with my brown sugar and my vanilla. Curiously, the wood does not impart any caramel to this like it does to whiskey. Or if it's there, I'm not detecting it. But I am getting a fair amount of vanilla and brown sugar, at least with this particular brandy, with this particular cognac. And there are complex fruit notes, and they are just, I'm glad my cold is gone. I had a cold during the week. Now on the weekend, my sniffer is working very well again. Oh yeah. Mouth-watering dry. And now I'm getting vanilla on the palate, quite a bit of vanilla on the palate, along with the fruits that are moving to the side. I'm getting vanilla on the palate and just a little bit of what appears to be barrel char just right on the tip of my tongue. It's like that burnt oak, a little bit ashen. On the aftertaste, well, there's fruits and a tiny little bit of bitterness, but it's not a strong bitterness. It's a very subtle bitterness, and it's dry. Once again, going for that aftertaste. I did not think I would like brandy quite as much as I like this. This is a beautiful little experience, this Hennessy VSOP. It is unlike whiskey, but the quality is up there. The quality is high. And I'm quite sure that I could get used to this. Once again, Sante.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.